Welcome to this special tribute dedicated to the courageous women throughout history and in our present day who have daringly stood up for social justice, peace, and diplomacy. Today, we honor their inspiring stories, women who faced adversity with resilience, moral courage, and unwavering resolve.
This video is not only a celebration of their brave efforts, but also a reminder for all genders that each of us bears a responsibility to create a more just and peaceful world. In the face of complex global challenges, it is essential that we unite in action without blame, without criticism, and with a spirit of constructive engagement. Whether through activism, diplomacy, or moral leadership, every person has a role to play in shaping the future we want to see.
Join us as we reflect on the stories of heroic women who have paved the way for justice, and let their legacy inspire us to act boldly, compassionately, and responsibly today. Throughout history, courageous women have been at the forefront of movements advocating for peace, justice, and diplomacy. Their stories serve as powerful testaments to the difference determined individuals can make in shaping a more equitable and harmonious world. From overcoming oppression to championing dialogue and reconciliation, these women's lives continue to inspire millions.
Historical examples of courage and leadership. Harriet Tubman, 1822-1913. An extraordinary conductor on the Underground Railroad, Harriet risked her life to lead hundreds of enslaved people to freedom. Her unwavering commitment to justice and liberation exemplifies moral courage and resilience in the face of danger. Rosa Parks, 1913-2005. Her quiet but powerful act of defiance on a Montgomery bus became a catalyst for the civil rights movement in the United States. Her refusal to give up her seat challenged systemic racism and sparked a wave of activism. Eleanor Roosevelt, 1884-1962. As a diplomat and human rights advocate, she played a pivotal role in drafting the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, emphasizing dignity, equality, and justice for all. Mary Robinson, born 1944. As the former President of Ireland and UN Special Envoy on climate change, she has worked tirelessly to promote human rights, climate justice, and global diplomacy, emphasizing the importance of compassion and international cooperation.
Women in conflict and peace building. Aung San Suu Kyi, a symbol of peaceful resistance in Myanmar, she endured long years of house arrest while advocating for democracy and human rights, inspiring countless others to pursue nonviolent change. Laima Gbowee, a Liberian peace activist whose leadership helped bring an end to Liberia's civil war through women's peace initiatives, demonstrating that grassroots activism can lead to national reconciliation. Malala Yousafzai, surviving an assassination attempt by the Taliban, she became a global advocate for girls' education and women's rights, emphasizing that education is a cornerstone of peace and justice.
Recent times, women continuing the fight for justice and peace. Greta Thunberg. The young Swedish climate activist has challenged global leaders to prioritize climate action, emphasizing the importance of environmental justice as part of social justice. Nadia Murad, a Yazidi genocide survivor and human rights defender, Nadia has spoken out against atrocities and worked with the United Nations to raise awareness and demand justice for victims of violence. Bishop Mariann Edgar Budde. A notable spiritual leader in the United States, Bishop Budde exemplifies moral courage in recent history. Following the military escalation against Iran, ordered by President Donald Trump, she addressed her congregation in a church where the president was present. Her words emphasized the sacredness of peace and the moral responsibility to pursue reconciliation over conflict. Here is a part of Bishop Budde's speech published by Notibomba on Instagram, and for which Notibomba has given me the permission to include in this video.
Let me make one final plea, Mr. President. Millions have put their trust in you. And as you told the nation yesterday, you have felt the providential hand of a loving God. In the name of our God, I ask you to have mercy upon the people in our country who are scared now. And the people who pick our crops and clean our office buildings, who labor in poultry farms and meat packing plants, who wash the dishes after we eat in restaurants and work the night shifts in hospitals. They may not be citizens or have the proper documentation, but the vast majority of immigrants are not criminals. They pay taxes and are good neighbors. They are faithful members of our churches and mosques, synagogues, wadara, and temples. I ask you to have mercy, Mr. President, on those in our communities whose children fear that their parents will be taken away, and that you help those who are fleeing war zones and persecution in their own lands to find compassion and welcome here. Our God teaches us that we are to be merciful to the stranger, for we were all once strangers in this land.
Interestingly, reports from Noti Bamba, a news media platform, indicate that her speech had a profound emotional impact on her audience. Some speculate whether her moral and spiritual appeal might have influenced President Trump's decision to halt the military operation the very next day. While direct causality is difficult to prove, it underscores the potential power of moral and faith-based voices in high-stakes decision-making. Bishop Budde's stand exemplifies how spiritual leaders can serve as mediators of divine guidance and moral clarity in moments of crisis. The power of women's moral and diplomatic leadership. Today, in our current global landscape, marked by conflicts, environmental crises, social inequalities, and political unrest, the legacy of these courageous women remains vital. Their lives remind us that true leadership often involves moral courage, resilience, and a willingness to speak truth to power. Women continue to lead grassroots movements, influence policy, and inspire change at every level. Their stories demonstrate that peaceful resistance, diplomacy, and moral courage are powerful tools for fostering reconciliation and building sustainable peace.
The role of all genders in building a better future. It is crucial to emphasize that the legacy of these inspiring women is not confined solely to women's leadership. Their stories serve as a call to action for all genders, men, women, and non-binary individuals alike, to participate actively in shaping a more just and peaceful society. In today's interconnected world, collaboration and empathy are essential. We must move beyond blame and criticism, which often deepen division, and instead focus on constructive dialogue, understanding, and shared responsibility. Every person's voice and action matter, whether through advocacy, education, diplomacy, or everyday acts of kindness. The power of faith and moral leadership. Many courageous women throughout history and in current times use their faith, moral conviction, and spiritual strength as foundations for their activism. Bishop Mariann Edgar Budde's example illustrates this beautifully. Her public stance, rooted in moral and spiritual conviction, demonstrates how faith leaders can serve as catalysts for peace, urging their communities and even national leaders to consider the higher moral calling of reconciliation and nonviolence. Her words and moral stance highlight an essential truth. In moments of crisis, spiritual and moral voices can serve as mediums of divine guidance, reminding us to prioritize human dignity and sacredness over temporary political gains or military dominance.
A call to action. Today, as we remember and celebrate these courageous women, let their stories inspire us to act with integrity, compassion, and resilience. Whether standing up for justice in our communities, engaging in diplomacy, or advocating for peace on a global scale, we are called to participate actively in creating change. The challenges facing our world are complex and urgent. Climate change, inequality, armed conflicts, and human rights violations, and demand collective effort. As we honor these women's legacies, let us commit ourselves to carrying their torch forward, fostering empathy and moral courage in our own lives. In conclusion, the stories of these remarkable women, past and present, remind us that courage, resilience, and moral conviction are vital in the ongoing pursuit of a just and peaceful world. Their examples urge us all to follow suit, no matter our gender or background, and to act with integrity and compassion. May their legacy inspire us to stand up against injustice, to seek dialogue over discord, and to believe in the possibility of peace even amidst turmoil. Together, through our collective efforts, inspired by their courage, we can help build a future rooted in justice, reconciliation, and hope.
Now, it's your turn to be part of this ongoing legacy. Each of us has the power to make a difference, whether through acts of kindness, standing up against injustice, or engaging in dialogue to foster understanding. We invite you to reflect on the stories you've heard today and consider how you can contribute to creating a more just and peaceful world. It could be as simple as listening to someone's story, advocating for policies that promote fairness, volunteering in your community, or speaking out against hatred and violence. Let's commit ourselves to not only honoring the courageous women who have paved the way, but also to embody their virtues in our daily lives. Together, through compassion, moral courage, and collective action, we can build a future where justice, peace, and respect prevail. So, I challenge you, be the change you wish to see. Share this message, inspire others, and take at least one small step today towards making a difference, because every act adds up, and together we can forge a more hopeful and equitable world. Join us. Stand up. Speak out. Shine your light. The time for action is now.
If you enjoyed this video, give it a like, share it with your friends, and subscribe so you don't miss out on future ideas that challenge us to think outside the box. We'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Until next time, and don't forget to always maintain that curiosity that drives progress. Also, explore even more fascinating content on our channel. From life-changing tips and cutting-edge technology, to the mysteries of spirituality, travel to various countries, delicious recipes, health hacks, and language learning, there's something here to spark your curiosity and elevate your life. Dive in and discover a world of knowledge awaits us.